You can send us a few dollars to make all of our amazing shows even better. So if you're listening to us right now on Satchel, go ahead and click on that donate button to send us some much appreciated donations. And if you're not listening to us on Satchel, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Download the podcast player right now at satchelplayer.com. Exclusive friends of the Elite Ringside Network. Welcome back to SmackTalk here on the Elite Ringside Network and all of our great podcasting partners. All right, Max, you and I were talking during the break. SmackDown and the debuts. You know, last night we had the Revival. The Revival debut on Monday Night Raw.
All day, all night. Sorry, I am such a fucking freak for the Revival. I'm sorry. I don't care how anyone feels about this. I agree with Brandon Stroud. The Revival are the best fucking tag team in any promotion right now.
I agree. The Revival, you know, I said to AJ last night, I when I first saw the Revival and learned about the Revival, I hated them. I kind of like, they were kind of like the New Day to me when they first started. And then, you know, they started winning, you know, and I enjoyed their character. I enjoy it a lot more now. I really hope, you know, we were talking during the break about the Superstar shakeups, and my thought was the New Day may go to SmackDown. And I just thought about that, and it wouldn't really make sense because it seems like the Revival and the New Day are now going to be locked in a feud.
Seems that way.
Yeah. But I do want to go over SmackDown briefly here today. We started out with Randy Orton addressing the universe as the new champion. Bray announces that he wants to have a, and I quote, a House of Horrors match. And I'm assuming it's going to be at Payback.
Oh, God, this is going to be some fucking Ambrose Asylum shit, isn't it?
I hope not.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm one of the few people who, when they showed the concept for Ambrose Asylum, I went, you know what? This could work. It's essentially a hardcore cage match. I've seen plenty of those. For fuck's sake, I've watched ECW. I've watched Japanese death matches. I've seen this shit. But you know what? It's cool for modern WWE, and I'm sure they could find some way to make it creative. Oh, they shit the bed.
Yep.
They have shit the bed.
Yep.
Oh, man, that's a fun.
I hope they don't do the same thing with the House of Horrors match. Could you imagine them just, like, going fighting in, like, one of those Hall of Mirror haunted houses? I think I killed Max.
That would... You know what? I'm a homer for the old days of shit like backroom brawls and boiler room brawls and locker room brawls. A lot of fucking brawls back in the day. Fucking Super Brawl. Yep. But I'm a homer for that shit. You know what? Do it. Fucking do it. Hall of Mirrors match, bitch.
Yeah.
Do it. Go there. Go full Lucha Underground at it. I want CGI.
Hell yeah. So Bray Wyatt comes out to the ring and it starts attacking Randy, and Luke Harper then comes out. Oh wait, no. Eric Rowan returns to assist Bray attacking Randy Orton, and then Luke Harper comes down to assist Randy Orton against the other two. So we set up the tag match for the night, the Wyatt family versus Luke Harper and Randy Orton. We then get, we then get the SmackDown Women's Championship rematch with Alexa Bliss and Naomi. I love these two.
Oh, I gotta say, I love Alexa Bliss. I really do. I really think she. You know, how do I put this? Okay, you know how a lot of wrestling fans, like from about, say, like around your age to like mid-30s, they tend to really gravitate towards a lot of the jobbers, the weird gimmicks, the kind of mid-card characters these days. They really tend to love the weird. I have this feeling that's going to be Alexa Bliss. She's going to she held the big belt, and she probably will again. she's going to be a transitional champion almost every time. I think she's going to be that beloved B player.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't necessarily have a problem with because she probably can fill that role like a fucking boss.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little sad because I kind of, and I'm probably going to get some hate for this, but I'm probably going to get some hate for this, but I kind of felt that way in NXT too.
Yeah, especially when she was with Blake and Murphy.
Well, Blake and Murphy, actually, I was kind of getting a vibe from like, okay, you're probably only familiar with when she was doing this with Road Warriors 2000, but Sunny back in the day used to have this thing where she would gravitate from like tag team champion to tag team champion and would basically play as that tag team. I was actually kind of digging it because it reminded me of that, and I'm like, that was some of the best shit she ever did. I'm like, that was fucking cool. I mean, it was like just different costumes for one team, but it still worked. So I didn't ever think, it wasn't until she went solo and was solo for a couple of weeks that I was like, Alexa Bliss is not going to be a big player.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. We love Alexa Bliss. I think she's pretty good in the ring. She's got great mic skills. But I agree. She'll always be that transitional champion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was still good. Hey, you know what? Sad as that is, fuck yeah, Naomi.
Yeah, absolutely. We then get... I need to take a minute before I say this. We come back from break with John Cena's music. John Cena's music hits. And when the music goes... Here comes John's. Oh wait, it's the Miz and Maurice. And I've always loved when a heel superstar comes out to another superstar's music and kind of completely deeks the crowd. I love it.
Oh, that's always, and the Miz has always been a pretty good hand at that. My only problem, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of positive things you can say about this segment but my only problem is, why are we continuing this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. To me, look, I'd be saying this even if the Miz had won. Like, my personal booking for it would have been Miz and Maurice go over. You can have them go over by shenanigans if you want, but fine. But we still get the feel-good moment, like Cena and Nikki like lock in like double submissions after the match, or they both hit him with like, the rack attack and the attitude adjustment, shit like that. Mm-hmm. And then they do the proposal, so you can still send the fans home happy, get the feel-good moment, whatever. I'd be saying this even then, but why does this need to continue? What is the point? I mean, on top of them, having the match fucking at WrestleMania, I mean, the Faces won and did the wedding proposal, and it was adorable. What the fuck else do we need?
Fireworks?
Isn't that supposed to happen on the honeymoon night?
Oh, wrong show.
Oh, sorry.
Nice shout out to our podcasting show partners of Slack Off the Show.
For their show BDSM, no, it's not what you think. No. But their show is pretty great. Their shows are great.
The shows are great, yeah. So then we move on to later in that segment, as Miz and Maurice are leaving, the greatest theme song in the history of humankind drops, and we get Shinsuke Nakamura.
Look, I'm going to be real with everyone here. I popped harder.
Hang on. I know what you're about to say. Just give me a minute. Okay, continue.
All right. Good?
I'm good.
Okay. I will admit I popped way harder for the Revival. That's just because, dear Lord, do I think they're the best fucking tag team on the planet right now. I mean, they do everything I want. But that does not mean that I didn't pop hard for Nakamura. Oh my! The whole time after WrestleMania, I was just like, oh my god, please, Put him on SmackDown when he debuts. Put him on SmackDown when he debuts. Put him on SmackDown when he debuts. And as soon as his music hits, thank you, God! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, my God, yes! Yes! Woo! Load off my mind. Oh, my God.
It was amazing when Miz and Maurice were getting out of the ring. They cut to the ramp, and the music hadn't even started yet. It was, I can't remember his name. I think it's Will Franklin Jr., a world-class violinist, standing on the ramp, and we're all like, "Go!" That's exactly the sound they made too. You can ask Bobo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So we get the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura, and then after that we get Kurt Hawkins in the ring issuing an open challenge to anybody in the back. Thank God. He is the perfect 10. Ty Dillinger!
Just, oh my God. I mean, I can't even, WrestleMania, the Hardys return. Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor returns and the Revival debuts. SmackDown, Ty Dillinger and Shinsuke Nakamura. And my brain is producing so much dopamine, I think I may be having an aneurysm. It's just, I can't. It's one of those things of, I'm getting the vapors, trips. Vince, you need to space this shit out. I need like 5 minutes, man. I need like 5 minutes.
I need to stop pissing my pants.
Seriously. Oh my God. The question. Nakamura. Dillinger. What do you want to do with him first? Where do you want to see him?
See, and let me say this.
No, so they set shit up.
After Ty Dillinger, we had the segment with Shane and AJ. AJ essentially shook hands with Shane and left the ring. Before that segment aired, I would have said you set up Shinsuke and AJ. Now, with that handshake, I'm almost convinced that AJ is going to Raw. So I don't know what you do with Shinsuke at this point. Ty Dillinger, on the other hand...
Well, how about this? This is probably a good segue to talk about the Superstar shakeup.
Okay.
Now, the first thing I want to say is, I think the people that have debuted, they can shake up the roster as much as they want, but debuting people, especially ones that get that kind of a big reaction... You're going to want to, that's a shake-up in and of itself. I think the people who debuted, the Revival and returned, so, Revival, Balor, Nakamura, et cetera, they should stay where they're at.
I agree.
But who goes where from there?
I'll start. I think you've got AJ going to Raw. I think you have, honestly, put Cesaro on SmackDown.
Why Great White North to SmackDown?
I don't know. It seems like... Well, no, you can't do that because they're the number one contenders for the belts. I say wherever you have AJ, you have the club.
Okay.
It's weird. I don't know. It's because...
Raw, then leave the club on Raw.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you also have... Charlotte. No. So one of the women has got to go. Honestly, send Sasha down to SmackDown. Or the SmackDown.
Really?
Yeah, I think Sasha could do well in SmackDown.
They do need to fluff up their women's division a bit. I do think that they should probably take some of the Raw people from the women's division there, send them to SmackDown, bring up some of the NXT people to pad out Raw.
Can NXT afford to lose people, though, at this point? You think?
Well, we do have the 32 woman tournament coming up, so we could. Fair. So any ones that they could keep them on NXT and send a few excess ones up to Raw or SmackDown, depending on which one's roster looks a little bit thin. Plus, the tournament is going to be a great introduction for it. Because right now, for crying out loud, a lot. I mean, my tier of fans, hardcore, casual, et cetera, even a lot of casuals watch the network, and they've noticed a bump in how many people are watching things like NXT.